whatever the productivity, creativity, innovative ideas are there, now everything will get suppressed. So that is the reason you are supposed to have full support of the top management. There are many of the top management who feels that human resource planning is a waste and we are not supposed to do it. Instead, we can go for something else. Employees and the trade union feel is, even if you're skilled or unskilled, you are supposed to pay. That is what they feel, and they go with productivity bargain. So when data itself is not proper, now how is that you will go with the effective planning? That is what MIS lacks here, and it's the biggest drawback of human resource planning. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidyashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students here. Now we are in the last session of this chapter, and the topic for the day is barriers to human resource planning. When we understand what exactly are the barriers, then you will understand that how you can overcome these barriers also. Now I've given you following barriers. Now the first one here to the last one, if you understand, yes, we can rectify, we can minimize these barriers, but you need to give time, you need to know the process, and you need to actually have a full support from the top management. That is what the barriers of management will look like. Now here we need to understand that how is that the barriers can be overcome. Now coming to the first topic of the barriers of HRP, we have accuracy of forecast. Now here you can go for the accuracy, but only when you go with a proper updating of all the employees about what exactly HRP does, only then you can get that accuracy. But let me tell you, qualitatively, if you go with accuracy, you can't achieve the accuracy with 100%, that is for sure. And second we have is identity crisis. Now many of the manager, they themselves, they don't know how to use human resource process. And when we go with the human resource process and human resource planning, there are many of them, they don't even know that there is something called HRP, that is human resource planning, because they themselves, they don't know the human resource process in the initial. How will they understand to go with human resource planning? Thirdly, we have is support of the top management. Now this is where you need to understand that we should have a full and wholehearted support from the top management. Without that, we cannot implement human resource planning to its fullest. And here when we understand the top level management, how they operate, how they approach the other levels, here you will understand that there are many of the top management who feels that human resource planning is a waste and we are not supposed to do it. Instead, we can go for something else. Next is resistance from employee. Now, this word resistance only implies that the employees in the organization, they don't trust, or they don't take human resource planning as a merit. They feel that human resource planning will only motivate few and they will not motivate the entire office. Insufficient initial effort. See, when you don't have the support from employees, what happens is directly or indirectly it will actually enhance and prove to it that insufficient initial efforts are being taken by the employees themselves. So here is the huge kind of a mistake which they people are doing it, and the barrier of HRP here we can actually see clearly, that is the initial effort is absent. Next one we have is management information system, which is also known as MIS. Now keeping MIS is very difficult because you take too much time to understand each and every employee. Supposingly for a small company, MIS can be very useful because you will be able to access all the data. But when it comes to the entire department of human resource planning, human resource process, and the department is very huge, having at least 1000 to 2000 employees, then what happens is each and every individual you are supposed to go for collecting data and then you are supposed to restore it. Now here management information system plays a barrier, because if you don't upload or if you don't update the system properly, then whatever you are doing, that is the planning for the human resources, will be a waste. Then next one, if you go with proper human resource planning, I'll tell you the two things which is always a barrier, that is it is actually expensive and time consuming. So you should have a separate department only for analyzing the HRP. So it is expensive and time consuming. Coming to the next, we have it is coordination with other managerial functions. Now, human resource planning should always coordinate with the other functions of management. When we understand the other function of management, now you will get to know that now there is a disturbance in our working process, because you are supposed to get the things done also. In the meantime, you are supposed to plan for human resource planning. And the last one is unbalanced approach. I'll be talking about this unbalanced approach and I'll be giving you a few of the examples. Please do understand each and every topic, from the accuracy of forecast to the unbalanced approach. We're gonna see what are the barriers, the different barriers of human resource planning. The first one here we go with, that is the accuracy of forecast. If the forecasts are not accurate, now you need to understand that whenever we go for planning, right? Planning have a lot of merits, plus merit have something called demerits also. Now, if we understand the demerit of planning, I always tell all the students that there is one demerit which is always there in any of the plan, whether it is say you are doing a long plan or you go with a short-term plans, right, or long-term plans. What happens is all plans will not lead to success. What is it? All plans will not lead to success. When all plans will not lead to success, then what happens is we are only predicting. We are doing what? Prediction is happening. Now, whatever you have forecasted, now while going for forecast, what is that you people do is, it is also forecasting is expensive. You are supposed to know what's going to happen. You're going to pretend, you're going to predict, you're going to actually plan for it. But whatever you have planned for it, and life in business is uncertain. If it will not happen and there is no accuracy, now planning will not be accurate. Supposingly, you would have actually planned for something which will be there. Now, in example, I'll give you, right? Because more the example if I give, you will be able to understand. Now, human resource planning is done. Now, what exactly they are supposed to do? Everything is tight schedule and nobody can change. Planning is all rigid. Everything is fine going on. Now, without any clarity or without any addressing, now we got something called pandemic. Now what happened? Life is uncertain, right? Forecasting was not accurate. Now whatever you plan cannot be executed. When it cannot be executed, what exactly it is? Accuracy, you will never able to get it. Now inaccuracy increases when departmental forecasts are merely prepared without critical reviews. Now here I'll be explaining you about more of critical reviews in the next chapter, where you are supposed to analyze each and every data and then come to a conclusion. See, it's very difficult to analyze, predict, assume and go for a proper planning. Next one is identity crisis. Now, as I told you that many of the managers, they themselves, they don't know what is human resource planning, right? Initially, if I ask any of the human resource manager about what exactly is HRP, more than saying human resource planning, they say human resource process, right? That is how it is. Now, several human resource specialists and the managers do not properly understand the whole manpower planning process. Because of this, there is generally an identity crisis. Now, very recently it happened in India, that too in Pondicherry, where the governor of Pondicherry, Kiran Bedi, she had visited to a nearby police station. Now, understand this equation here. Now, this police station in Pondicherry, they wanted to actually go for more recruitment because they felt that the manpower is not there and they are supposed to go for it. Now, Kiran Bedi, she had been to that police station just to check that what is happening and what exactly it is. Now, when she went there, she got to know that there are too many police officers already, but the person who is the SHO, that is the station head officer, now he don't know how to use it. Now, it was actually viral in the YouTube also, saying that they don't know how to utilize the manpower itself. Now, here if you go, I'm just giving you an example of it. Now, there are so many places where we have surplus of human beings. When we have surplus of manpower, what happens is the manager doesn't know that how to utilize those people and give them a job so that they can optimally use the human resource planning. So here we need to understand, from taking this as an example, we should always have something like we need to use the resources first what we have, and later if there is a problem we can go for the other manpower sources also. So these are the two things which I have told you, that is accuracy of forecast and identity crisis. And the next one here we have a support of the top management. Now here please understand, there should be a wholehearted support from the top management, and only then you can actually go with a proper human resource planning, or else this top management himself, they will act like a barrier. So here when we understand the top level management, now please understand, when we have this top level and then we have this middle level and we have the lower level. Now the top people, if they give a proper human resource planning, so that the middle level and the lower level will have more effective while doing the work, then what happens is these people will actually give that productivity. But if the top management productivity, now if the top management feels that why should we invest more on human resource planning, now what happens is whatever the productivity, creativity, innovative ideas are there, now everything will get suppressed. So that is the reason you are supposed to have full support of the top management. Now manpower planning requires full and wholehearted support from the top management. In this absence of this support and commitment, it would not be possible to ensure the necessary resources and cooperation for the success of the manpower planning. See, HRP is all about manpower planning. If you don't have a support of the top management, now what can the middle level and the supervisor level people can do? Next one is resistance from employees. Now here we actually had a resistance from the top level. Now it's like resistance within the employees. Now employees and the trade unions resist manpower planning. They feel that planning increases their overall workload and regulates them through productivity bargaining. They also feel that it would lead to widespread of unemployment, especially of unskilled labor. Now when we go for unplanned kind of a work and a planned kind of a work, what happens here? I'll tell you. When you are in a supervision, when HRP has been given to you, what happens is your skills are improved. If your skills are not improved, they'll actually give you a warning saying you are supposed to get those skills improved. Now what happens, it's a caller for you saying that yes, I'll do it and you will do it. But here you will get skilled. But there are people who are unskilled. Now what the trade union or the people who are the employees, they feel is, if we go for a HRP, human resource planning, that is right person for a right job and all, now what happens is the unemployment will be more, especially in unskilled labor. Now the question for you is, if you don't change, should the company give you the money? That is what the thing from the company or the top management also always go with. But what the employees and the trade union feel is, even if you're skilled or unskilled, you are supposed to pay. That is what they feel, and they go with productivity bargaining. Insufficient initial efforts. Now successful human resource planning flourish slowly and gradually. See, nothing can happen in a day. Rome was not built on a day, but Rome was built every day. That is how human resource planning is. That is, within one day you will not get all the experiences. Within one day you will not accomplish all the goal. It goes on gradually and it increases the productivity very gradually, but not like instant. Sometimes sophisticated technologies are forcefully introduced just because competitors have adopted them. These may not be successful unless matched with the need and environment of the particular enterprises. Now, here what happens is, though human resource planning is very good, the barriers here is insufficient. When we go with this, that is insufficient initiation from the employees or from the efforts of the employees. Next one is management information system, that is called MIS. Now here, effectiveness of manpower planning depends upon the reliability of the information system. In most of Indian industry, human resource information system has not fully developed. We need to understand we are still in a developing country and we are supposed to actually improve in the scope of human resource management. In the absence of reliable data, it will not be possible to have effective planning. So when data itself is not proper, now how is that you will go with the effective planning? That is what MIS lacks here, and it's a biggest drawback of human resource planning. When we go with the next two, here you need to understand that is expensive and time consuming. Yes, human resource planning is expensive. You are supposed to monitor them. You should have a special department who will actually go for those. Now the human resource planning is an expensive and time consuming exercise. Employers may resist manpower planning, feeling that it will increase the cost of manpower. The next one here is coordination with other managerial functions. Now please understand, the people who go with human resource planning, they will be aloof from the other managerial managers. When we go with that, they need to understand that both of them, right, they need to go hand by hand. Like, they should support each other. But usually what happens when we go with human resource planning, now there will be a problem. That is, there is generally a tendency on the part of manpower planners to remain aloof from the other operating managers, and to become totally absorbed in their own work. So that is where they'll not get to know each other properly. They'll not understand what is that they are supposed to do for the benefit of the organization. And to be effective, manpower planning must be integrated with other managerial functions. Now, they should always have a coordination. They should always have a good communication, but usually it will not happen. That's why it is called as the barrier of human resource planning. Lastly, we have as unbalanced approach. Now, I told you that I'm going to explain you about what is unbalanced approach. Now, the manpower planning is an unbalanced approach, has many human resources. That is, the persons give more importance on the quantitative aspect. Please understand, they give more importance to the quantitative aspect of manpower to ensure that there is adequate flow of manpower in and out of the organization. They overlook the qualitative aspects. See, here we need to understand that it's not about quantity. It should always be about quality. Now, people, they don't want quantity. They want what? The quality. But what happens, many of the places, they don't look for quality. They look for quantity of the work. And here what happens is they overlook the qualitative aspect like career development and planning, skills level and morale, etc. But they only go with production, profit, money, the turnover. They actually think about the quantity. But let me tell you, the more you go for quantity, you cannot survive your business for a long. You should always go for quality. See, the prices of Apple phone and the prices of other phones. Now, you can go with the clarity here itself. Is it the quality which matters or the quantity it matters? Now, I have explained the barriers of HRP. Now, it's a 10 marks or a 15 marks question in Mysore University. You can go with the same example and the same points, and it will fetch you 15 marks or 10 marks in a part A or part B. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.